Part 1: A Perfect Lie. I never thought I'd be the kind of man who said, "I didn't see it coming." But truth is, I didn't. I met Haley in college. She was sharp, warm, and funny in a way that made everyone lean in when she spoke. We dated for 2 years and married after graduation. Everything felt right, until it wasn't. We'd been married for 6 years. I worked in IT for a growing tech firm in Chicago, while she managed a local art gallery downtown. We bought a modest house in Evanston, nothing fancy, but it was home. Or so I thought. Haley had always been close to her family, especially her cousin Ryan. He lived 2 hours away, but visited often. Every time he came around, there was laughter, stories from their childhood, and too many inside jokes for me to follow. I didn't mind it. Ryan seemed harmless, goofy, charming, like someone who never truly grew up. Looking back now, I remember one evening when it should have hit me. Ryan was over for dinner, and the way they looked at each other across the table, it wasn't just family. It was something else. I brushed it off. Who suspects their wife and her cousin? Part 2: The cracks appear. Things started to shift slowly. Haley grew distant. Her laughter, once spontaneous and warm, became strained. She'd come home late from the gallery, saying she had to reorganize the back room, or meet an artist for a quick drink. I believed her. Why wouldn't I? But one Saturday afternoon, I saw something I couldn't unsee. I'd gotten off work early and decided to surprise her at the gallery. I brought her favorite coffee and a white rose. But when I walked in, the lights were off. The sign read, "Closed for private session." I peeked in through the window, nothing. Then I heard it. Laughter. A voice. Her voice. Followed by Ryan's. I stood frozen. My heart pounded in my ears. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to be that husband. The one who checks phones and follows his wife. But that day, I sat in my car and waited. 20 minutes later, they came out together. Her hair was messy. His shirt was untucked. They didn't see me. They were laughing. Touching. Her hand on his chest. His lips grazing her forehead like they belonged there. I didn't confront them then. I went home. Sat on our couch in the dark and tried to breathe. I wanted to be wrong. I needed to be wrong. But deep down, I knew I wasn't. Part 3: The Confrontation. The next morning was unbearable. Haley hummed as she made coffee, like she hadn't just been with another man, like she hadn't just betrayed everything we built. I watched her move around the kitchen, the same way she had 100 times before, but it felt foreign now. I saw her differently. Colder. Sharper. A stranger in my own home. I couldn't take it anymore. "You were with Ryan yesterday," I said, voice low but trembling. She froze mid-pour. "What are you talking about?" "At the gallery. I saw you too. Don't lie to me." She turned slowly, the mug still in her hand. Her face went pale. "You were spying on me?" I stood up. "Don't flip this. Just tell me the truth." She hesitated, then dropped her gaze. "It's not what you think." "Oh, really? Because what I think is that my wife is cheating on me with her cousin." She set the mug down and crossed her arms. "He's not my real cousin. It's complicated." My stomach turned. "Complicated? You've been sleeping with him?" She didn't answer. Silence filled the space between us, louder than any scream could have been. I felt like the floor was giving way beneath me. "I never meant for it to happen," she whispered. I laughed bitterly. "You never meant to betray me?" Her eyes welled with tears, but I couldn't feel sympathy. "Not anymore." "Get out," I said quietly. She stepped forward. "Please. I still love you." I backed away. "No, Haley. You don't get to say that. Not now." She packed a small bag and left that afternoon. She didn't fight. Didn't scream. Didn't even try to deny it again. That's when I knew it wasn't a fling. It was real, for her. Part 4: her truth, my pain. 2 weeks passed. The house was quiet, too quiet. Her scent still lingered on the pillow. Her toothbrush still sat in the cup in the bathroom. I didn't have the strength to throw anything out yet. Then she texted. "Can we talk? Just once. Please." Part of me wanted to ignore it. The other part, maybe the part that still loved her, replied. We met at a small coffee shop on Clark Street. She wore no makeup, just a plain black sweater. Her face looked tired, almost fragile. "I'm not here to fight," she said, her voice shaky. "I owe you the truth." I didn't respond. Just nodded. She looked out the window, like she couldn't face me. "Ryan and I, it didn't start physically. It started with talking. Confiding. You were always working. I felt alone. You could have talked to me." I snapped. "I tried, Josh. But you were always busy or tired or distracted. I didn't mean to fall in love with him." There it was. She said it. Love. I clenched my jaw. "You love him?" Her eyes met mine, glossy and red. "Yes." The punch landed harder than I thought it would. "But I didn't want to hurt you," she added. I couldn't help what I felt." I stood up. "You didn't want to hurt me? Then maybe you shouldn't have slept with someone you grew up calling family." "Josh, I'm sorry." "No. You're not. You're sorry you got caught." I walked out without looking back. Part 5, Pieces of a Man. After that meeting, I sank into a dark place. Nights were the hardest. I'd lie in our bed, my bed now, and replay every moment of the past few years. The vacations. The anniversaries. The quiet nights watching Netflix with her head on my chest. It all felt fake now. Like she had been acting, and I'd been the fool clapping in the front row. People told me time heals. That's a lie. Time doesn't heal. It just makes the pain quieter, like music fading into the background. But it's still there. Haley didn't come back. Not even to grab the rest of her things. She had Ryan pick them up while I was at work. Coward. I heard through a mutual friend that they moved in together. Just a few weeks after the fallout. Like nothing had happened. Like 6 years of marriage could be replaced that easily. I hated her for it. But more than that, I hated myself. For not seeing the signs. For trusting her too much. For believing that love meant safety. Part 6, Closure. It took me nearly a year to pull myself back together. I focused on work, got a promotion, and started going to the gym, not out of vanity, but to feel like I had control over something again. I saw a therapist too. Talking helped. Even crying helped. One day in the spring, I got a letter in the mail. Not a text, not an email. A handwritten letter from Haley. "I know I lost the right to reach out to you. But I wanted to tell you that I never stopped appreciating the way you loved me. Even when I couldn't love you the way you deserved. Ryan and I, we're getting married. I understand if you hate me. I just wanted you to know I'm sorry, not just for the affair, but for wasting what we had. You didn't deserve that. You were good to me. I hope someone else gets to feel the kind of love you gave me. Haley." I didn't cry this time. I didn't feel anger either. I felt nothing. And that was the moment I knew I had finally let her go. Epilogue, a new chapter. 6 months later, I met someone new. Her name was Elise, funny, kind, a little awkward in the best way. We met at a mutual friend's housewarming party. She wasn't looking for anything serious, and neither was I. But sometimes, healing finds us when we stop searching. I told her the truth about my past. All of it. And she didn't run. Now I smile again. Not because life is perfect, but because I survived it. The betrayal. The heartbreak. The collapse of the future I thought I had. I once believed Haley was my forever. But she was just a lesson, a painful one. And Ryan? He may have won her. But I walked away with something far greater. Peace.